As you can probably tell, this is the first review of something of Lego, and I've come back to Lego from my childhood mainly because of these Lord of the Rings sets that they've just started coming out to the stores, and mainly online, which is where I bought all but one of them. And I kind of missed out on the Lord of the Rings figures back when they started coming out, so I didn't want to miss the boat on these guys. And now, I was a pretty big Lego fan as a kid. I love the castles. I guess the castles were my favorite theme, and kind of, to get on a tangent here, kind of made me upset, and I just totally went off the wagon once. Like, I had about 3 or 4 castle sets, and my mom actually made me lend them out to a family friend for a project, I guess a history project. He wanted to make a Lego castle, and my mom made me lend out my stuff to him. And I did get stuff back, but I got stuff back in such disarray and no instruction sheets whatsoever. So I couldn't rebuild my own the castles as they came in the box. And so I just totally gave up on Lego and decided at that point to give them all over to my brothers and sister, and for them to enjoy or try to enjoy. And so all my castles became fodder for all sorts of inventions, which is a good thing about Lego, you know. But me, I like building the sets, and maybe adding on, adapting sets to my current castles and stuff. I like sets as is. I wasn't a big modifier of the plans. But anyway, getting back to the set here. And I apologize if this is kind of random. This is a sort of a strange way for me to do things now, just figuring out how to do this. I don't have exactly the right setup in terms of recording wise that I think is good for Legos or Lego reviews, but I'm going to try it anyway since I love Lord of the Rings. And I had fun with building these sets. I really do have brought back fond memories of Lego, just building these sets. Here, this set is called The Attack on Weathertop, and it comes from the first movie in the Lord of the Rings, because these are really based upon the movie version of the Lord of the Rings. Of course, like I said, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I love the books. I love the adaptations, and it is an adaptation because things are left out, things are added, some good, some bad, but I won't get into that now. This is Attack on Weathertop from the first movie, and it's the scene where Frodo actually gets stabbed by one of the bad guys, the Ringwraiths, and there's lots of drama involved in getting him safe to Rivendell. And, if you don't know, they're trying to destroy the ring, and these are the bad guys. They're after him. They want to get the ring. So it's set number 9472, and it's 430 pieces. Now this is a pretty expensive set. That's right. It's about $60. More if you go to Toys R Us. Don't get these sets from Toys R Us. They just Their prices are unbelievable. Um, get them online or get them at Target or Walmart if you can find them there. So this is really like two pieces here. You get this little piece of rune and shrubbery growing through the runes. You get lots of figures in this, actually, which is one of the good things about these sets, isn't it? They're really loaded with figures. I mean, here you get 2, 4, 5, and 2 horses. So you get a lot for figure-wise in this set. A lot of people have been complaining that you can't get all the Fellowship, which are the 9 main characters, heroic characters in the movie, unless you buy all the sets. Well, that's not true. All but one of the sets. I kind of see where they're coming from, but I kind of see where they couldn't really do that. You know, you couldn't have, 9 figures. You couldn't give all 9 characters in one box. It'd just be, that would be too much money, I think. I mean, you wouldn't have room for any other figures in that set. Now, here's my idea, which I hope they kind of, maybe they're already thinking about doing this, but maybe you've seen my video of the minifigures that I got, the blind pack minifigures. What I hope is, with all their properties, besides Star Wars, besides Marvel, the blind pack figures really do kind of fit they're perfect for Lord of the Rings. You have orcs, humans from different cultures. You have Gondor. You have the people from Rohan. You have the bad guy people from the south, Southerners. I forget what they call them. Jeez, my mind is blank. You got, of course, orcs. You got elves from Rivendell, elves from Lothlorien. You have elves from Mirkwood. You have hobbits. You have ringwraiths. You have orcs from Moria, Orakai from Saruman, Orakai from Mordor. There's so many generic type figures that you could army build that you could come up with a blind set or a blind pack set of Lord of the Rings figures, minifigures, and I think people would buy them. Collectors would buy them. Anyway, this is going to be all over the place. Getting back to the set, I guess we'll take a look at the figures first. You do get 2 ringwraiths. They come with these swords and cloth goods capes with tatters in them to replicate their appearance. And of course, they do not have any head designs there, but they do have a hood design, probably used for a lot of the Jedi and the Sith from Star Wars. So you do get 2 of them, and you can see up in here kind of recreating the scene at the end where Aragorn comes in between the ringwraiths and Frodo here. And so you get Aragorn here, and he's got his sword, and he's got a torch of filled with fire. You get Merry here, and he's got a sword, and yeah, that is the shorter hilt sword that you might have seen in my blind pack figures. Thing that came with the Viking woman. And you get Frodo here, and he's got a cloth cape. Oh, and I forgot, of course you see the double printing on these guys. You get Frodo, he's injured, and you get that sort of sick, injured face, poison face. He comes with the ring. You do get 2 other rings in case you lose one. If you've seen this, you know the story. It's pretty easy to lose that ring. Here's Aragorn and his other face there. And his other face. Again, cloth capes there. Very nice touch. And the 2 ring wraiths, they're exactly the same as are the horses. Now, the horses were unchanged for a long time. I still remember the horses that came with my my castle sets. They had heads or necks that you could pose, and the saddles here could be replaced with bricks to show that they were bareback or had no saddle on them. And you do get little spots for holding weapons on there. But just recently, and I think starting with these sets, they had these horses are articulated in the back, and they can actually be posed as if they were rearing up, and which is a neat addition to the horse. You can see here they have a little camp here with their food set up, and in the movie they foolishly light a fire which the ringwraiths see from a distance, and they're able to come to Weathertop, which is this ruins of this outpost that was from the old Gondorian empire that spanned the whole of Middle Earth, basically. This was one of their outposts, and it's fell into ruin. And actually, there's another portion that wasn't in the movie but is in the book, or mentioned in the book, where the ringwraiths actually come back to this spot and they find Gandalf, and there's a big fight between Gandalf and the ringwraiths. It doesn't happen within the main action, but is described in the book. And you can see here's the back of it, or the front of it rather. Nice little stairs, spiral staircase. This does open up. Allow me to open this up without breaking anything. And you can see in here, you got a little rat there. You got a little weapons storage there. You got these neat little statue thingies. I really love this piece when I found out that they had them in there. You got nice little statue pieces. Like they were carved out of the stone. It's a very nice little touch. You got torches in there. Some sort of rack or something. Looks like maybe it was, maybe left over from what used to be used to pull a gate up or down. You do have these little hidden flick missiles on the other side. See these brown thingies in there? So the brown things in there, they're what they call flick missiles. When you push them through, it's kind of weak, but the harder you push them, the quicker you push them, the more they fly out, or at least they should. The other feature you can see here is that, well, let's say an unsuspecting wraith comes along and stands right there. There's a little lever that you can move where you can hit a trap door and he'll fall through. It's a nice little touch, and not really specific to the movie. As you can see here, here's the little lever, and you can just push it forward and lock it again. Again, doesn't really come from any scene in the movie or even in the book, but it is a neat little addition there. Sort of a standard for these castle sets to have the trapdoors on them. What I like about this set is that, it does come with the ring wraiths. You get this neat little vegetation that's overgrown the runes here, and you really do get a sense of the runes, and it's a nice little set. I still like it. It's not one of my favorite sets yet. I think I'm really going to like the big set, which is Helm's Deep. I think also be nice is Moria. They have some more features that are a little bit more representative of the action that goes on in the movie. So I think it'll be a nicer set. But just for being my first build of Lego in a long time, these are really great. I can't wait to get started on the other ones, and as they come in the mail for the next few days, I will start to build them, and probably will not be able to shoot the Helm's Deep set just because it looks huge. I think the other sets are small enough where I can do them. They're kind of little bit pieces here and there that come together to form an overall scene, rather than just a big set piece. I should also mention that it does, like in the camp you can see here, it does come with some neat little food pieces and a sack that you can fit one of them into. Of course, you can see a carrot here, a chicken leg, and an apple, and they all have little portions where the characters can hold on to them. There's a little pot there that probably goes better with Sam. Hopefully this will be the first of many of these Lord of the Ring Lego reviews. I'm pretty sure we're going to get another batch of these. Hopefully we'll be getting more of these. I'd love to see some more. You gotta have a Minas Tirith, and maybe it would be neat to have a Minas Morgul set. That's the bad guys, or the Wraiths' sort of home base, and it's maybe a Mount Doom set with the fires of Mount Doom set inside the volcano. My imagination is going wild at this point with what they could do. So this is a pretty good starter set. Like I said, it may be a little bit more than it should be, but I mean, you do get a lot of pieces in this. You get 430 pieces in this, and so it's it's a little bit pricey, not too pricey. The mortar set, like Helm's Deep, that is pretty much spot on. The Moria set, which I'll be doing next, I think that's a really good bargain. Even though that is more money than this, I think in the you do trade off in terms of pieces and minifigures. That's a good deal. So stay tuned for more, hopefully more of these. And until next time, I'll see you.